The church bells tolled ominously as Emily stood at the altar, her white gown a symbol of the life she had meticulously built. But in that frozen moment as her fiancé's hand reached for hers, her eyes darted to the back of the pews where Sarah sat, her face pale and stricken. The secret they shared exploded into the open when an anonymous text buzzed through the congregation's phones, revealing a photo of their stolen kiss from the night before. Emily's world, once so carefully constructed, began to unravel thread by thread. Emily's heart pounded like a war drum as she forced a smile for the photographer outside the rehearsal dinner venue in downtown Chicago. The windy city skyline loomed behind her, a testament to her rise from a small-town girl to a prominent marketing executive at a Fortune 500 firm. Her fiancé, Mark, a handsome investment banker from a well-connected family, wrapped his arm around her waist, whispering how perfect everything was. But perfection was a facade, one that cracked wider with each passing day. That night, after the guests had left, Emily slipped away to her old apartment, the one she kept as a sanctuary from the impending marriage. Sarah was waiting there, her childhood best friend turned confidant, turned something far more dangerous. Sarah's eyes, a deep hazel that always seemed to see through Emily's defenses, softened as she pulled her into an embrace. "You don't have to do this," Sarah murmured, her voice laced with the pain of unspoken years. Emily pulled back, her own blue eyes filling with tears. "What choice do I have? My parents. The expectations. It's all set." The kiss that followed was not planned, but it ignited like dry tinder in a storm. It was a desperate clutch at truth amid the lies Emily told herself. Sarah's lips were soft, urgent, a reminder of the summer they spent in college, exploring feelings they buried under layers of denial. But as Emily broke away, guilt crashed over her like Lake Michigan's waves. "This can't happen again," she whispered, fleeing into the night, leaving Sarah alone with the echo of her heartbreak. The next morning, the anonymous text arrived just as the wedding party assembled for the ceremony. Emily's phone vibrated first, then Mark's, then her mother's. The photo was grainy but unmistakable. Emily and Sarah locked in that forbidden moment, time-stamped from the previous evening. Whispers rippled through the church like a venomous tide. Mark's face drained of color, his jaw tightening as he stared at the screen. "Emily!" His voice was a blade slicing through the air. She grabbed his arm, pulling him into a side room. "It's not what it looks like," she lied, her voice trembling. But Mark shoved the phone in her face. "Then what is it? Tell me." Emily's mind raced. Admit the truth and lose everything, or deny and pray the storm passed. It was a mistake. A goodbye hug gone wrong. Mark's eyes narrowed, suspicion etching lines on his forehead. He stormed out, leaving her to face the gathering crowd alone. Her parents arrived next, her father's face thunderous, her mother's etched with disappointment. "How could you do this to us?" her father demanded, his voice booming in the confined space. Emily's family was old money from the suburbs, pillars of the community, devout in their conservative values. Coming out wasn't an option. It was a detonation. "Dad, please," Emily begged, but he cut her off. "You've humiliated us. Fix this or don't come home." Sarah appeared at the doorway, her presence like a spark in a powder keg. "Emily, I got the text too. Who did this?" Emily whirled on her, anger masking her fear. "You. This is because of you." But deep down she knew it wasn't. Someone had been watching, waiting to expose them. The betrayal stung, but the real pain was in Sarah's eyes, the hurt of being blamed for a love that dared not speak its name. As the day wore on, Emily chose to proceed with the wedding, convincing Mark it was a one-time lapse. But the seed of doubt was planted. That night, alone in her hotel suite, Emily stared at her reflection, the diamond ring heavy on her finger. She had traded authenticity for acceptance, but at what cost? The anonymous sender remained a shadow, but the damage was done, cracks in her foundation that would only widen. Sarah, meanwhile, paced her loft in Wrigleyville, the vibrant neighborhood a stark contrast to her turmoil. She had always been the free spirit, openly queer in artistic circles, but loving Emily meant living in the shadows. The text had come from an unknown number, but she suspected Emily's jealous colleague, Lisa, who had always eyed Mark. Revenge? Jealousy? It didn't matter, the fallout was real. Sarah texted Emily, "We need to talk." No response. The silence was a wound that festered. Emily's decision to marry Mark was a calculated one, born from years of familial pressure. Her mother had drilled into her the importance of a stable life, a husband, children. The American dream wrapped in heteronormative bows. Coming out would mean disinheritance, ostracism from their social circle. But Sarah represented freedom, a life of passion over propriety. The internal war raged. Duty versus desire, safety versus self. The wedding day dawned clear, but Emily's mind was a tempest. As she walked down the aisle, every step felt like a chain tightening. Mark waited at the altar, his smile forced. The vows were recited mechanically, but inside Emily screamed. "I do," she said, sealing her fate. But as they kissed, her thoughts drifted to Sarah, who had chosen not to attend, her absence a gaping hole. Post-ceremony, the reception buzzed with forced cheer. Whispers about the photo lingered, but Emily plastered on her executive smile. Then her phone buzzed again. Another message from the anonymous sender. "Congratulations. But secrets don't stay buried." Attached was an old email from college, Emily confessing her feelings to Sarah. Panic surged. Who had access to that? She confronted Lisa in the ladies' room, her voice low and fierce. "Was it you?" Lisa smirked. "Why would I ruin your big day? Unless you stole the promotion I deserved." The accusation hung heavy. Emily had indeed edged out Lisa, but was this payback? Lisa walked away, leaving Emily reeling. The betrayal from a colleague paled compared to the self-betrayal she felt. That night on her honeymoon flight to Hawaii, Emily stared out the window, Mark asleep beside her. The choice to marry had preserved her facade, but at the price of her soul. Sarah's last message burned in her mind. "I love you, but I can't watch you destroy yourself." Emily deleted it, but the void remained. How long could she live this lie before it consumed her? The honeymoon was a blur of beaches and cocktails, but Emily's mind was an ocean of regret. Mark sensed the distance, his touches met with polite detachment. "What's wrong?" he asked one evening as they watched the sunset over Waikiki. Emily forced a laugh. Just wedding jitters lingering. But the truth clawed at her. She had married the wrong person, sacrificed her heart for societal approval. Back in Chicago, Sarah threw herself into her art, painting canvases splashed with reds and blacks, emotions bleeding onto the fabric. Her gallery show was approaching, a culmination of years of struggle as an independent artist. But inspiration waned without Emily. A mutual friend, Jamie, dropped by her studio. "Heard about the photo. Rough." Sarah nodded, her brush strokes erratic. "It's not just the photo. It's everything we're fighting against." Jamie, openly gay and married, offered advice. "You can't force someone out of the closet. But you deserve better than scraps." Sarah knew it was true, but love wasn't logical. She had met Emily in high school, bonding over shared dreams in a conservative suburb. College had awakened their feelings, stolen moments in dorm rooms, but Emily always pulled back, terrified of judgment. Sarah had come out years ago, losing some family but gaining authenticity. Now she paid the price for loving someone still chained. Emily returned to work, diving into campaigns to distract from the turmoil. But Lisa's knowing glances grated. During a team meeting, Lisa slid a folder across the table. "Thought you'd want this," old emails from the server. Inside was printouts of Emily's confessions to Sarah. "How did you get these?" Emily hissed after the meeting. Lisa leaned in. "IT favors me. Consider it a warning. Step aside for the VP spot, or more comes out." Blackmail. The word echoed in Emily's mind. She could report Lisa, but exposure meant outing herself. The ethical dilemma tore at her. Compromise her career integrity or risk her personal life exploding. She chose silence, withdrawing her name from the promotion race. The decision tasted like ash, a betrayal of her ambitions for self-preservation. Mark noticed the change, confronting her over dinner. "You're distant. Is there someone else?" Emily's heart skipped. "No," she lied, but his eyes hardened. "That photo. Was it really nothing?" The argument escalated, words like daggers. "You're hiding something," Mark shouted. Emily broke, tears streaming. "I'm trying to make this work." But inside she questioned if it ever could. Sarah's gallery opening was a success, critics praising her raw emotion. But as she mingled, a familiar face appeared. Emily's mother, Evelyn. "Sarah dear, it's been ages." The politeness was laced with ice. Evelyn pulled her aside. "I know about you and my daughter. Stay away. She's married now." Sarah's blood boiled. "You mean you forced her into a cage?" Evelyn's face tightened. "Family comes first. Don't ruin her life." The confrontation ignited Sarah's resolve. She called Emily that night. "Your mom came to my show. This has to stop." Emily, alone in her office, whispered, "I can't. Not yet." But Sarah pushed. "Choose, us or them." The line went dead. Emily's indecision a chasm between them. Days later, Emily discovered Mark's own secret. Text from an ex, suggesting an affair. Hypocrisy burned. "How dare you accuse me?" she yelled during their blowout. Mark admitted it, claiming stress from the wedding drama. "We both have secrets," he said. But Emily saw the parallel. Both trapped in unfulfilling roles. The fight ended in uneasy truce, but trust eroded. Sarah, fueled by anger, started dating someone new. A fellow artist named Taylor. It was casual, a distraction, but word reached Emily through friends. Jealousy surged, a mirror to her pain. She showed up at Sarah's loft unannounced. "You're moving on?" Sarah's eyes flashed. "What did you expect? You chose him." The argument was electric, accusations flying. "I did it for my family," Emily cried. "No, for your fear," Sarah retorted. They parted in tears, but the encounter reignited the flame. Emily began questioning her choices, reading books on identity, attending secret support groups. The internal conflict peaked during a family dinner. Her father toasted her marriage, but Emily's stomach churned. "Dad, what if I wasn't happy?" He dismissed it. Happiness is duty fulfilled. The turning point came when Lisa leaked more emails to the office gossip chain. Whispers turned to stares. Emily confronted her boss, denying the implications. "It's fabricated," she claimed, but doubt lingered. The professional fallout was swift. Sidelined projects lost respect. The price of her silence was her career's stagnation. Mark, sensing the shift, proposed counseling. "We can fix this." But Emily hesitated. In session, the therapist probed. "What do you want, Emily?" For the first time, she voiced it aloud. "Freedom." Mark's face fell, realization dawning. The session ended in silence, the marriage hanging by a thread. Sarah, meanwhile, ended things with Taylor. "It's not fair to you," she said. Alone again, she painted Emily's portrait, capturing the fragility and strength. The canvas became her confession, a silent plea. Emily's awakening accelerated when her younger sister, Claire, came out to her privately. "I'm scared," Claire confessed. Emily hugged her, hypocrisy stinging. "Don't be like me. Live your truth." The words echoed back, forcing Emily to confront her own denial. As tensions mounted, Emily made a decision. Meet Sarah one last time. At a quiet cafe overlooking the river, they sat across from each other. "I can't keep pretending," Emily said. Sarah's hope flickered. "Then don't." But as they leaned in, Emily's phone rang, Mark demanding answers. The moment shattered, choices looming larger than ever. The cafe meeting lingered in Emily's mind like a ghost. Sarah's words a haunting refrain. Back home, Mark waited, his expression a mix of anger and hurt. "Where were you?" he demanded. Emily sighed, the weight of deception crushing. "With a friend." But Mark pressed. "Sarah." The name hung heavy, charged with unspoken accusations. The argument that followed stripped away layers of pretense. "Admit it, you love her," Mark said, voice breaking. Emily's silence was answer enough. Tears welled as she nodded. "I do. I'm sorry." Mark paced, fists clenched. "How long?" Emily confessed the history, the buried feelings resurfacing. "I thought I could change." Mark's betrayal mirrored her own, a cycle of pain. He left that night, crashing at a friend's. Emily sat alone in their apartment, the silence deafening. She called her parents, voice trembling. "I need to talk." But her mother cut in. "If it's about that nonsense, don't." The rejection stung, reinforcing the familial chains. Sarah, elated yet cautious from the cafe, waited for Emily's next move. Days passed without contact, doubt creeping in. She confided in Jamie. What if she backs out again? Jamie advised patience. Change takes time, especially against family pressure. Emily's work life deteriorated further. Lisa, emboldened, spread rumors, painting Emily as unreliable. During a performance review, her boss questioned her focus. Personal issues affecting professional? Emily defended herself, but the damage was done. She considered quitting, but financial ties to Mark complicated it. The moral quandary deepened. Divorce meant financial ruin, social exile. But staying meant soul death. Emily sought solace in an LGBTQ support group, sharing anonymously. Hearing others' stories of loss and triumph ignited a spark. One woman spoke of losing her family but gaining self-respect. The price is high, but worth it. Inspired, Emily filed for divorce, the papers a declaration of war on her old life. Mark signed reluctantly, their parting amicable yet sorrowful. "I hope you find happiness," he said, a genuine wish amid the wreckage. Telling her parents was the battlefield. At their suburban home, Emily sat them down. "I'm gay. I love Sarah." Her father's face reddened. "No daughter of mine." Her mother wept. "We raised you better." The disownment was swift. Cut off financially, uninvited to family events. The pain was visceral. A familial betrayal that cut deeper than expected. Claire, however, reached out secretly. "I'm proud of you, sis." The support was a lifeline, highlighting generational shifts against entrenched prejudices. Sarah welcomed Emily with open arms. Their reunion tentative yet profound. "Are you sure?" Sarah asked. Emily nodded. For the first time, yes. They moved in together, Sarah's loft becoming their haven. But societal backlash loomed. At a gallery event, whispers followed. "That's the one who left her husband." Judgmental stares from former friends tested their bond. Emily's career hit rock bottom when Lisa's sabotage led to her demotion. "Prove yourself," her boss said. Emily fought back, gathering evidence of Lisa's blackmail. Reporting it to HR was a risk, exposure inevitable. But she did, the ethical choice triumphing. Lisa was fired, but Emily's orientation became office knowledge. Some colleagues supported, others distanced. The victory was bittersweet, professional respect earned at personal cost. Sarah faced her own trials. A conservative collector withdrew funding, citing lifestyle concerns. "Bigotry in art," Sarah fumed. They rallied Sarah's work, gaining traction in progressive circles. But internal conflicts persisted. Emily grappled with guilt over hurting Mark. "Did I destroy his life?" she confided in Sarah. "He'll heal," Sarah reassured, but doubt lingered. A chance encounter with Mark at a coffee shop brought closure. "I'm dating someone," he shared. "Be happy." Relief washed over, but the scar remained. Family reconciliation seemed impossible until Claire's intervention. She hosted a secret meeting. "Talk to her," Claire urged their parents. Reluctant, they listened as Emily poured out her heart. "I didn't choose this, but I choose to live honestly." Her father remained stoic, but her mother softened. "We love you, but it's hard." No full acceptance, but a crack in the wall. Sarah's past resurfaced when an ex, bitter from their breakup, spread lies online. "She's a homewrecker." The social media storm tested their resilience. Emily defended Sarah publicly, her first open stand. "Love is love." The post went viral in queer communities, turning backlash into support. As high tide approached, Emily proposed a commitment ceremony. Not legal but symbolic. "Let's build our future." Sarah accepted, tears of joy. Planning it amid ongoing struggles, job hunts for Emily, gallery pressures for Sarah, highlighted their sacrifices. The ceremony was intimate, friends like Jamie witnessing. Vows exchanged, they promised endurance. But as they danced, Emily's phone buzzed. Her father. "Thinking of you." A tentative olive branch or mere politeness? The ambiguity fueled hope and fear. Post-ceremony, reality bit. Emily's job search stalled due to rumors. Discrimination, she realized, filing complaints. The fight for equality became personal, joining advocacy groups. Sarah's art evolved, themes of resilience drawing acclaim. Yet betrayals lingered. A former friend leaked details of their relationship to tabloids, seeking attention. The exposure brought hate mail but also allies. "We're stronger together," Sarah said, their bond forged in fire. The climax built when Emily's mother showed up unannounced. "I miss my daughter." Tears flowed as they talked, bridging gaps. Her father remained distant, but progress was made. The emotional toll was immense. Nights of doubt, but growth emerged. Emily reflected on the journey. From denial to defiance, the price paid in relationships severed, careers derailed. But the reward, authenticity, was priceless. With newfound resolve, Emily and Sarah navigated the aftermath of exposure. The tabloid story faded, but its echoes persisted in judgmental glances at coffee shops or galleries. Emily landed a new job at a progressive firm. Her honesty an asset. "We value diversity," her boss said. But the transition meant starting over. A humbling reminder of the costs. Sarah's career soared, her series on identity selling out. Critics hailed it as raw and revolutionary. Yet success brought envy. An old rival, envious of her rise, accused her of plagiarism online. The claim was baseless, but the damage to reputation stung. Sarah fought back with evidence, but the stress strained their relationship. "Why now?" she vented to Emily. Emily supported her, but her own battles loomed. Her father's silence weighed heavy, a void in family ties. Claire updated her. "He's struggling but reading up on it." Hope flickered, but patience wore thin. A pivotal confrontation arose at a charity event. Emily spotted her parents across the room. Heart racing, she approached. "Dad, Mom." Her father nodded stiffly. "Emily." The conversation was awkward, laced with unspoken regrets. "I didn't understand," her mother admitted. Her father added, "It's not what I wanted for you." Emily pushed. "But it's who I am." The exchange ended without resolution, but seeds were sown. Sarah faced her own family ghosts. Her estranged brother, conservative and distant, reached out. "Heard about your life. Disappointed." Sarah hung up, but the rejection reopened old wounds. "Why can't they accept?" she cried to Emily. They held each other, finding strength in unity. Professional betrayals continued. At Emily's new job, a colleague outed her subtly in meetings, undermining her ideas. Bias, Emily recognized, documenting it. Reporting led to an investigation. The colleague reprimanded. Victory, but at the cost of office tension. Sarah's plagiarism accusation escalated to a lawsuit threat. Hiring a lawyer drained savings, testing their finances. "We'll get through," Emily assured, but worry gnawed. The case resolved in Sarah's favor, truth prevailing. But the emotional drain was profound. Amid trials, moments of joy emerged. A weekend getaway to the Michigan dunes, where they walked hand in hand, unburdened. "This is us," Sarah said, kissing Emily softly. The intimacy was emotional, a reaffirmation without crossing boundaries. But reality intruded when Emily's ex-colleague Lisa resurfaced, emailing apologies laced with venom. "You ruined my life." Emily deleted it, but the reminder of past choices haunted. "Did I do the right thing?" she questioned. Claire's coming out to the family amplified tensions. "I'm like Emily," she declared. Chaos ensued, her parents reeling. Emily rushed home, mediating. "Support her or lose us both." Her father stormed out, but her mother stayed, listening. The family fracture deepened, but Claire's bravery inspired. Sarah proposed they volunteer at a youth LGBTQ center, channeling pain into purpose. Mentoring teens facing similar struggles healed their own scars. One girl shared, "My parents disowned me." Emily hugged her, tears flowing. "You're not alone." The high point came at Sarah's next exhibit, themed around redemption. Emily's parents attended hesitantly. Viewing the art, portraits of struggle and love, softened them. Her father pulled Emily aside. "I'm trying." It wasn't full acceptance, but a step. Yet betrayal struck again. Mark, in a moment of weakness, contacted Emily's parents, sharing his side. "She left me for a woman." The revelation reignited old fires. Her father called, furious. "You humiliated him too?" Emily defended. "It was mutual pain." The call ended badly, progress undone. Devastated, Emily questioned everything. "Is it worth it?" Sarah held her. "Yes, because we're true to ourselves." Their love endured, but the toll mounted. Rebuilding family ties became a marathon. Weekly calls with her mother built bridges. discussing neutral topics before delving deeper. I want to understand, her mother said. Her father joined occasionally, gruff but present. Sarah reconciled with her brother via email, boundaries set. Accept me or not. He responded positively, a surprise. Professionally, Emily excelled, earning a promotion. Sarah's art gained international notice. Success validated their sacrifices. But internal awakenings continued. Emily journaled her journey, processing guilt and growth. Sarah sculpted, channeling emotions. A crisis hit when Claire ran away after a family argument. Emily and Sarah searched, finding her at the center. I couldn't take it. They brought her home, advocating. Love her unconditionally. Her parents relented, therapy suggested. The family session was raw. Accusations, tears, revelations. Emily shared her pain. Your expectations nearly broke me. Her father broke down. I didn't know. Forgiveness began, tentative but real. As harmony emerged, Emily and Sarah planned a trip, celebrating resilience. But reflections on choices lingered. The betrayals endured, damages paid. Harmony was fragile, tested by ongoing societal pressures. At a pride event, Emily and Sarah marched, empowered yet vigilant against hecklers. Go home, one shouted. Sarah squeezed Emily's hand. We are home. The experience solidified their commitment, but highlighted persistent prejudices. Emily's career stabilized, but a new challenge arose. A client with anti-LGBT views. Pull the account, her boss asked. Emily advocated ethics over profit. Yes. The decision cost revenue but earned respect, a moral victory. Sarah's international exhibit in New York brought acclaim, but travel separated them. Loneliness amplified doubts. Miss you, Emily texted. Sarah replied. Always. Distance tested trust, but they emerged stronger. Family integration progressed. Holidays included Sarah tentatively. Her father engaged awkwardly, asking about art. Interesting, he grunted. Progress slow but steady. Claire thrived, her coming out smoother thanks to Emily's path. You paved the way, she said. Emily smiled, the ripple effect a bomb. But past wounds reopened when Lisa sued for wrongful termination, dragging Emily's name. The courtroom was a battlefield, truths aired. Emily testified, composure cracking under cross-examination. Did your personal life affect work? No, she lied partially. The case dismissed, but exhaustion followed. Sarah supported through it, but her own health faltered, stress-induced migraines. I need a break, she admitted. They retreated to a cabin, reconnecting. Conversations delved deep. Dreams, fears, futures. Awakening fully, Emily advocated publicly, speaking at events. My story is one of loss and gain. Applause followed, but hate online surged. Traitor, comments read. Sarah countered with art installations on tolerance. The ultimate test came when Emily's father fell ill. Hospital visits forced proximity. I'm sorry, he whispered. Emily forgave, healing mutual. Recovery brought closeness, acceptance blooming. Sarah's family followed suit, her brother attending a show. Proud, he said. Reconciliation complete. As life normalized, they considered adoption, dreaming of family. But ethics weighed. Ready after turmoil? Yes, they decided, starting the process. Reflecting, Emily saw the journey's arc. From shock to shattering, betrayal to awakening. Choices debated, prices paid. In quiet moments they pondered. Was the pain justified for truth? But was sacrificing family bonds and career stability the only path to personal freedom? Or could compromise have spared the heartbreak?